Hi, we'd like to thank you for tuning in to the World Boxing Review radio show. My name is Aaron Snowell, and they call me the Hall of Fame Trainer of Champions. And we travel the world for past, present, and future stars. And coming to you live from Florida, Steve Canton, who's president of the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame, and he is also the director of the SJC Boxing Gym, who's having a fundraiser, and we're going to talk to Steve about that today and many other things. But in the meantime, we want to send our prayers and blessings out to Bob Alexander, who's recovering from surgery and an illness. Like I'm recovering from an illness. We have similar to same things going on, but we want to say God bless him, Bob. Hold on tight and don't let go, and I'm going to do the same. But welcome into the show, Steve. How you doing?
Doing great, Aaron. It's always a pleasure to be with you. I always have great times when we get together. Looking forward to seeing you in person soon and to your 100% recovery, so you'll be 100% again.
Yes, and you know, Steve, today at Muhammad Ali's training camp, formerly, it's now the Fighters Heaven. We were having a Black History Month celebration there for the 24th. But because of my sickness and all of that, the doctors told me that it was in my best interest to cancel, is because I was at a stroke point and a heart attack point with my health. And so it was the first time in many years that I ever had to cancel an event. And boy, was I hurt. And so many people were coming from buses, the Atlantic City Police, POW, people coming from North Carolina, Newark, New Jersey, many boxing people around, local people up there. The mayor of Pottsville was coming, district attorney, many judges, man. So we're sorry we had to cancel out. But you have an exciting event for this great mentoring program that you got going on, Steve. Let's jump right in and talk about that, and then we'll talk about the Hall of Fame inductees.
Okay, yes, we have our gala dinner, second annual gala dinner, scheduled for Friday, March 1st. It's at the Collaboratory downtown Fort Myers. It's going to be a very nice catered meal where we get together. We're going to actually see the movie in full, Worth the Fight, which was a documentary done on our mentoring program. That movie not only won Best Movie in Fort Myers Film Festival, but in the prestigious, world-famous Milan, Italy Film Festival in November. And we're going to get to show that movie in full right there at the gala dinner. Kids that were in the movie and portrayed there will be on hand for a meet and greet. We're going to have a live auction that night. Just a big, fun, great day, March 1st, so we can raise funds to maintain our mentorship program that we've got going. We had the partnership with the Lee County School Board. 3 years ago, we began with one school and 3 kids, and here we are now with 193 students from 53 different schools involved. So far, we've had 11 high school graduates, 5 graduates from technical school, and several more will be graduating in the next couple of months. So this is a fundraiser to keep that program alive and keep it going. So we're looking forward to a great night.
Yeah, Steve, you know, you talk about some things at your event where I got inducted in last year with the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame. I had the pleasure to sit and watch that documentary film. And by the way, I want to tell the boxing fans and people around the world, this is an award-winning film. So they have received many awards. It's a great documentary piece about the gym, the participants that are in the gym, and how it affected many of them to change their life. Now, as time from time to time, I come to your gym, Steve, to look around, see, to help a little bit, and you know, for a couple of days or something. But a lot of these great children are now coming young adults, and boy, you can see what a great mentoring program that you have going on there, Steve, because you can see from back when to now the changes that program has made a difference in these young people's lives, and they're doing great things in the community. So we want people to come out. Now, Steve, tell us where it's at again, and this fundraiser. What's the cost for the dinner, and where and how can they buy tickets?
Well, first of all, Aaron, the dinner is this coming Friday, March 1st, at the Collaboratory, downtown Fort Myers on Jackson Street. It'll start at 6 p.m. Tickets are available on the website, sjcboxing.com. When you get onto the front page of that website, you can click on calendar. It'll take you down to the gala dinner. When you click on the gala dinner, you've got an option to buy an individual ticket for the dinner, $125, or you can buy a table that seats 6 for $650, which is a savings of $100. So 6 people can sit together at a table for $650. All that money will go right into the mentoring program. And it can be a tax deduction too, because we are a 501c3. Now you can go on the website, like I said, you just click on gala dinner. You click on what you want, whether it be one ticket or a table of 6. And then you have a choice of a chicken meal or a fish meal. You click what you want and you're all set. So we're looking forward to a great night. We're looking forward to seeing everybody out there. It's for a good cause. They need your help, the kids, and we need your support to keep it going. So we look forward to that.
Yes, Steve, and for the fans and people who are philanthropists, let me tell you a little bit about the dinner. The dinner that Steve and them always hold from the Hall of Fame dinners and for different programs that they run out of the gym. The Hall of Fame museum is part of the gym. So when the inductees get inducted, they're there in the gym. You get a chance to look around everybody's fists and, you know, the plaques and stuff that they hang on the wall, different gloves, different memorabilia that pertains to boxing. But these dinners that Steve puts on are first class. This $125 not only helps the program, but you will get your money's worth for the food. I know sometimes people have fundraisers and you go and they have these like fingertip food or hors d'oeuvres that they hand out, and that's it for the $100. But Steve's gala dinners are man, they're first class. The dinners are first class. You get a full course meal, bread, all of that kind of stuff. But it's also a place to network. There's people from all phases and walks of life that come to these events with Steve. And I'm telling you this from my experience that I know. They're from all over the United States and Florida, all over Florida. People merge there, but it's a great place not only to network with other people, but it's for a great cause. This program, mentorship program that Steve is doing, is changing lives. And thank you, Steve, because it takes a heck of a commitment from you to run and operate a great program that you're doing. Talk about some of the people that's in the program. You know, I know a lot of that's in the documentary, but talk about like the participants. You said the school district. Just talk about some of the people that help you with all the programs that you run.
Well, we've got several things going on. First of all, it takes a team. And one of the benefits of being in charge of a team is being able to choose the proper people and work with them on a regular basis. I'm so fortunate to have a great team. My wife, Beth, is fabulous with everything she does with the Hall of Fame, with the boxing club, and with the mentoring program. She's just amazing in putting it all together. There's a lot of stuff that I don't have to worry about because she'll take care of it. We've got Carla. Carla runs the mentoring program daytime. She trains the kids in the daytime. She provides the food, or actually prepares the food to feed them lunch. She cleans up after them. She does all kinds of work. Once a month, we pick up all the groceries from the Midwest Food Bank that we partner with. We come back. She puts it all together. She straightens things out. And she maintains that. We've got our coaches, John Fernandez and Bobby Ertis and Felix Malispan. And we've got some of the kids in the gym that not only are great fighters themselves, but they help train the kids in the gym each night. So it's just a great big team effort. To go back to what you said, Aaron, some of the guys in the documentary itself. For example, one of the people was Mario Nunez, who you met. And Mario has become a real student of the sport, loves the sport, and he's becoming great in several ways. He had a real story. He was 265 pounds. He was an alcoholic. He was a drug addict. He had been fired from his job. His wife left him, and he was depressed and suicidal when he came in the gym. So 1 year later, he's a 3-time state boxing champion, weighing 165 pounds, has a good job, has his son, custody of his son, comes to the gym, spends about an hour on the road to get there, comes and not only helps himself there with his training, but helps his teammates. So now what happened is he was ready to turn pro. He came to me and he said, I want to turn pro and I'm going to, but if I do it right now, that's being a little selfish because I see so many kids in the gym that need support, need help. I want you to teach me how to become a trainer, and I'm going to train these kids for you. And I want to show them the way I was shown. And then I'll come back and I'll turn pro after a while. So he became a trainer, a great trainer, works with the kids on a regular basis. And now later in the year, 2024, he's hoping to make his pro debut. So he's just one example of several in the movie. 7 people are portrayed in the movie. And the way that name came about is the producer, John Bafar, looked at each person that he portrayed in the movie and followed for over a year and a half, some of them, for when they came into gym training, interviews, when they actually had matches, and he followed them there. He says that each one of them who had their specific problem, whether it be drug addiction, suicidal, PTSD, whatever they had, at the end of the year, individually, they could all say it was worth the fight when they overcame their problems. That's how he came up with the title. I think it's a fabulous title, a great movie, and we're looking forward to showing it to more people at the gala dinner. So get your tickets for the gala dinner right now. We need to turn in the actual counts to the catering company as to how many dinners and whether it be fish or chicken to the catering company. We need to turn that in Monday. So we can make adjustments later in the road, but I got to get the bulk of it turned in Monday. So go on the website, sjcboxing.com, click on the events calendar, gala dinner, and get your tickets there.
Yes, man. Hey, don't miss this great event. It's for a great cause. They're doing such a yeoman's job at doing what they're doing. Boy, let me tell you. And when you're raising money, a good contribution, you help a lot of people now, but when you have more funds, more resources, you can expand your scope, you can bring more children in, and you can do more things, and you can add more programs on, because all of it takes time and all of it takes money. That's why you're doing this fundraiser, and you're doing the right thing with it. That's why the schools, the city, and all of that are help supporting your program. But you always need more support. You always need fresh new money, is because you're a nonprofit. You can't, in a nonprofit state, you can't take the money from last year and you have to use it up in the programs. You can't share earnings or anything like that. So all the money that's constitute for the mentoring program, that program, it's in there, and you utilize it the best way you can. And then if next year you got to go back and beat the drums again to get more funds, and this is what you're doing to keep those great programs going, and to keep helping the children, number one, and you're helping mothers too. You're talking about feeding from all the programs that I run, Steve. Do you know some children after school, the mother may be working, and they don't have a chance to get a healthy meal. And sometimes, when you're feeding kids like you do in your program, you're help saving money by providing a meal from them that their mother would have to naturally provide. And it helps save the family money in the long run by these meals that you were talking about. She has for them to make sure that they're well nourished. The science says that a child, when they're not hungry, and they're doing after school programs that provide meals, it makes it more producive for children to keep learning better, to keep expanding the scope, because now they ain't got to worry about food. The hunger pains are not hitting them, where they can sit and concentrate on learning and doing their homework and things in a great mentoring program like you're doing. So, Steve, now you've done some other things with different community leaders. Can you talk about some of the other community leaders? I know the mayor was in there a couple times. Can you talk about that?
Yes, as a matter of fact, the first table that was bought for the gala dinner is by the mayor, downtown city of Fort Myers. Mayor Anderson, who's been a big supporter from the beginning, he purchased the first table for the gala dinner, and he and we've got his wife, and we've got some city council members will be sitting at the table with the mayor on Friday night. So we've got the big support of them. We've got the school board behind us. We've got the Midwest Food Bank behind us. And we've got several people within the community that come. I know that Roger Lally and Louis Siafi with the If I Can Dream Foundation has been a sponsor for us. We've got Peter Kahn from the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame. You met him, Aaron, as a manager.
Yeah, I know Peter very well. Yeah.
And Peter just had heart surgery, by the way. He's recovering from heart surgery. It was done day before yesterday, successfully.
Peter?
He's very well. Yep. All of a sudden.
Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, Peter had a health scare, just like we all have had recently. All of a sudden needed to get heart surgery. It was successful. I talked to him on the phone yesterday. And Peter told me yesterday when he called me was he can't make the gala dinner because he can't travel next week with recovering from surgery. So, and he was there last year and a big sponsor last year. So what he did is yesterday he wired the money to buy 2 tables for kids from the gym who wouldn't have the money to come to the gala dinner. So
Bless
he said,
his heart.
So Peter did that yesterday. That's the kind of support we're getting. People are either coming themselves or they're donating time, like Bobby Erdis, one of our coaches. He's coming with his wife, just 2 of them. But instead, what he did is he bought a table. Instead of buying 2 tickets, he bought a table of 6, and he's got 4 others coming to sit at the table. They'll be able to come and sit there. This is the kind of support we're getting from these great people in the community, because they recognize the fact that we need something for the kids, and this is something that's been good. And, the saving money, you said the meals that the parents don't have to provide at lunchtime, like the mothers, we're also providing groceries to these mothers. They're coming in at night, picking up groceries all month long, and it helps that way too. And that's because of the Midwest Food Bank that we're partners with. So it's just a great situation. We also do, I'm sure you know, Aaron, that we've done so far 2 or 3 Thanksgiving Day dinners where we open the gym up on Thanksgiving Day, set up tables and chairs, and have Mel's Diner cater a complete Thanksgiving meal from top to bottom, including beverages, to all those people who wouldn't otherwise have a Thanksgiving dinner. also supported by Mayor Anderson. Last year we had 41 families sitting there in the gym having Thanksgiving dinner. So we always try to do something for the community and give back.
Yes, you always give back, Steve. But now what we talked about, we'll get back to the mentoring program fundraiser next week. But you announced early this year in January the inductee class of 2024 for the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame. Can you talk a little bit about that, Steve?
Oh, that's fabulous. I'm looking forward to June. That's shaping up really well. We've got a big head start on that. We announced 20 inductees for the class of 2024, of which most were present live during the announcement day last January 6th. I know John Molina is heading up the class. He was there from Puerto Rico and looking forward to it. But we had a head start because we had several people had their fist casted on that January day, so we won't have that many to do on induction weekend. We've also got other guests coming induction weekend besides the great class of 2024, which will consist of John Molina. Rolf Frank is going to get inducted, and Edna Cherry, Jose Alonso, and David Diaz, Stacy Prestige, and posthumously will be Saul Mambi and Arthur Williams. That's the fighting group of the inductees. All great fighters with great followers. Arthur Williams was deceased in Las Vegas all of a sudden, and
I used to train Arthur Williams. Ain't that something?
He's not live to see his induction because he was a great person. Willie Vargas and Sherman Henson are our trainers, and Kalila Escalera, the partner of Tito Escalera, who was inducted last year, is going in. Our media is Jorge Abro, and then we got John Beninati and Carl King going in. Carl was great to see him when he was here in January. It's been a while since I saw him. Raul Alvarez, Mark Hager, and then from the commission, we've got Chris Young and Mark Gordon, Tim Shipman, and Kathy Gentile. We also are giving away 2 special awards to Ivan Echevarria and Carlos Obuene, and Jerry Atkinson Hazelton, Don Hazelton's widow, who provides the annual scholarship, is getting the Walter Bird Memorial Award. So that's going to be a great one. But I will say, in addition to that inductee class, many of my friends in the boxing business will be there to support the class. We're getting together for a reunion. As we're getting up in age, many of us are leaving this world. So those of us who are still here want to get together as much as possible. So I get phone calls from Joe Cortez coming back this June. We've got Cornelius Boza Edwards coming. We've got Juan Laporte coming. All these great friends of mine from before are coming to be part of the celebration. So that's going to be great. There's a couple of others that we're waiting on confirmation that are trying to get their schedule work to be there. So that's fabulous. Those tickets are available right now. You can go on FloridaBoxingHallOfFame.com and purchase weekend tickets for the event, and another great one, June. We've got an event coming up March 23rd, Aaron. Perhaps your schedule will let you be down here at that point if possible. What we'll be celebrating on March 23rd on Saturday from noon to 5 at the gym in Fort Myers will be the 35-year anniversary of the gym being in Fort Myers, and in reality, the 55th anniversary of SJC Boxing. It's hard for me to believe that. We started SJC Boxing in Ohio, where I lived then, in 1969. And then we had it for 20 years before we moved to Fort Myers. So now we're celebrating 35 years in Fort Myers, 55 years altogether. It's also the celebration of the 28th anniversary of the first casino boxing in the state of Florida, which we promoted, which headlined Freeman Bar and co-main event with Glenn Johnson. So we've got a big celebration day on March 23rd coming up at the gym. No charge whatsoever. And in fact, we've got Mel's Diner's Grill Master providing free hamburgers and hot dogs for everybody. So that'll be a fun day.
Yes, it will be. But hey, Steve, I want to congratulate each and every one that are going in for the class of 2024. And just to name a special name, Carl King. Me and Carl worked together for many, many years. We developed a lot of world champions together with Monarch Sports Management, which is a company that he was president of, and I was the director trainer of his organization. And this induction for Carl, I know when I went in, he couldn't make it at the time because he was dealing with some health issues at the time. But I'm happy to see him going in to be a part of so many people and fighters. Salamambi was his first champion that Monarch Sports Management had and managed was Salamambi, and to see Salamambi going in is an indeed pleasure to hear that. And also Arthur Williams, some fighter we used to have, and all that. We got him cruiserweight champion Arthur Williams. So it's going to be a great night, Steve. I'm going to be there for that. That night we'll buy a table or so to see Carl being inducted. So I can't wait because it's something special to see him going in. And this was something the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame was on his bucket list because he lives now in Florida and he's from Ohio. So we're going to have a good time. We're going to be together. Me and Carl, his family, and me, Nichelle, all of us. We're going to be there to be together. And it's always an exciting event. And I just love, Steve, that panel that you always have, that when I come, I sit on, we talk boxing, different problems and all that. People have to come see that, because not only do you have great people that sit on that panel, but it's great conversation to hear the wit and grit of people that participated in boxing for many, many years. And a lot of them are just not new in the game, but that's indeed with your magic lies, with your people ties, Steve, you're tied in with a lot of people. That's why you can create mystical and magical things when it comes to things like this is years of your dedicated service to boxing. And thank you, Steve, for bringing us all together for these great reunions.
Now, you're very welcome, Aaron. And to me, it's a special event, a reunion. For example, Joe Cortez, we were excited to see each other again last year when he came as the keynote speaker and did a wonderful job.
Yes, he did.
We go back, Aaron, when I was 14 years old and Joe was 16 years old. Joe and his brother Mike were in the New York City Golden Gloves Championship. That's when we first met. I lived in New York then and grew up. So I was 14, Joe was 16 when we met. Here we are all these years later, and we're still seeing each other, still friends, and still close. That's what's special. Juan Laporte and I go back to when we were both young. My wife it was kind of funny when she saw him as an elderly guy. I hadn't met him before. And I said, "Oh, there's Juan. There he is." And she said, "Which one is he?" I said, "He's the one coming to us." She said, "Well, the pictures I see, he was 20 years old. He's not 20 anymore. He doesn't look the same." So this is special to me to have a reunion every time we have an event, to see people from years ago. I know we talk about Carl King. I got a good one on him, Aaron, that maybe I'll share with you. When we were there together in January, and Carl comes over and says, "Man, it's been a lot of years." He goes, "How do I look to you? Am I still looking good?" And I said, "Carl, I wouldn't put a mirror in the house." He goes, "Why not?" I'm good. It's all people that have been around coming back and still here, because as you know, we've been losing too many of them in recent times. So the ones of us who are left, we have a good time together and get together. And that's what's so special about these events. And the fans are close to our Hall of Fame. They're not shielded from the fans like they are at other places. They mingle and mix with the Hall of Famers. They get their pictures taken with them. That's what we have special here with the Hall of Fame. It's all part of the big group, not separated, not secluded. It's all mixed together, and that's what people love.
Yeah, yes, it is, Steve. You know that this is just one event of many events that you do. But for those who are tuning in late on here, Steve, go back over this mentoring program for next week, the fundraiser, because that's important because it's helping the children. Um,
Right.
talk a little bit about that again, the date, time, and place, and what's the cost for the dinner, and what kind of meals they're going to receive.
Yes, we've got our gala dinner scheduled for Friday, March 1st at 6 p.m. It'll be held at the Collaboratory downtown Fort Myers. It'll be catered by G3 Catering Companies, one of the probably the best in this whole part of the state. They'll be serving either your choice of a chicken meal or a fish meal, cod picada or chicken rosa marie. Two great meals that they served last year that we had all kinds of applause for and commentary that was fabulous. Great job they did. The mayor will be there. You can go on the website, sjcboxing.com, click under events and gala dinner, and you scroll down. You could purchase an individual ticket for $125 or a table of six for $650, which is $100 savings. And then you have your meal choice, fish or chicken, right there on the website. And it is for a good cause to maintain our mentoring program. And we are a 501c3, so it is a tax deduction. In our program, we have now got currently 193 students representing 53 different schools that come to the gym Monday through Friday during the school year and receive a free lunch, mentoring, gym training, and go home with a healthy snack. Those students who are in school and can't come at that time are invited to come by at night during our normal gym hours from 6 to 8 p.m. Monday to Friday. And they can come in and train with us there. They can get their mentoring there. And the families of the students go back in a lunchroom that we built and they take home their choice of free groceries that we have. All kinds of groceries, vegetables, frozen stuff, refrigerated stuff, snacks, healthy foods. We partner with the Midwest Food Bank. Every month we load up our lunchroom, and all during the month we pass the food out. So, yes, it's a big thing next Friday night, 6 p.m. at the Collaboratory. Again, sjcboxing.com. Go to events, scroll down, and buy your tickets there.
Wow. So, Steve, in closing, time goes by so fast because we'll be here all day doing things, and I know that you have important other things that you're handling in the gym and stuff like that. That's around. Can you, in closing, say something, and then I'll finish up, Steve.
Yes, it's just always a pleasure to be with you, Aaron. You know, I miss seeing you in person. You've got to get over that sickness, which you've been doing. Myself, the same thing. Several of our friends have been going through issues, but we're still here. We're still plugging along. You do such a fabulous job spreading the word. All the things that you do in the sport and all the people you help is so commendable. And I'm so fortunate to have people like you in my life that we can work together to make this a better life while we're still here. And when we're gone, our legacy will live on and people will follow us doing what we were doing, hopefully.
Hopefully, Steve. Well said. Hey, look, I want to, before I close the show, remind people that we're coming to the end of Black History Month. And we have developed, me and Nichelle Harris, different magazines that help promote Black History Month. This magazine is about the colored boxing championships, the heavyweight champions. So all of them are all in this book. We have female book that's all the female African American champion in the history of boxing. And also we have the pioneers, fighters that fought in slavery, fought for the freedom by fighting in the early 1800s. the first African-American champion, Joe Gaines. We have him. Jack Johnson, who's the first African-American heavyweight champion. Joe Louis. Joe Louis, the longest reigning heavyweight champion. These are a series of magazines that we have done now that will be out selling them to help spread the word, the contribution that people who may have been forgotten, that who paid a price to bring people together, and also those champions that may have fell to the side to recognize them and bring them to the forefront for the great pioneers of the sport of boxing. And Steve, I'm going to tell you thank you for what you helped do for our Jack Johnson exhibit. You've seen some of the artifacts firsthand, such as a tool he invented when he was in jail, a glove of his, and different things. And I just want to thank you and the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame for the great support that you gave the Jack Johnson exhibit in supporting Black History Month for all the African Americans that you have inducted into the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame. Steve, thank you.
Yes, Aaron, you're very welcome. I might add one more note to it. I have the book that I've written that you're aware of, tributes, observations, and of the sweet science. In that book, Aaron, the very first chapter is on a fighter named Rudell Stitch, who was personally given the Carnegie Heroes Medal for losing his life saving other people. He's actually one of only 4 people to receive 2 Carnegie Hero Medals for the same thing. And the last time he lost his own life. Well, anyway, I wrote a nice tribute to him in the book. It's actually the first chapter. When the book first came out, Aaron, I was contacted by the city of Louisville, Kentucky, his hometown, who asked me permission to use excerpts of the book to honor him for Black History Month in Louisville, because he was a long forgotten resident of Louisville until my article came out. And then what happened was they did a big presentation downtown Louisville. They put a giant mural of his picture up on the buildings. Mickey Clark, who was a well-known singer at the time and who was the backup opening band actually for Linda Ronstadt for a long time, was a childhood friend of Rudell Stitch. His band performed at that ceremony, and Rudell's son, Donald Stitch, sat in and played keyboard on that.
Isn't that something?
That was because of the article in the book that came out recognizing Black history. Now, since then, Mickey Clark has passed away from cancer, and Rudell Stitch's son, Donald, has passed away from cancer. But that is very important to me. And my book that I use, you can get that online on the website, sjcboxing.com, also on the store. I use the proceeds of the book to go into all my programs. And the book is full of tributes like this, recognizing people who did great deeds outside the sport that weren't maybe so well known within the sport. And that's another thing that I want to just point out. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Aaron.
Oh, you're very, very welcome, Steve. During Black History Month, the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame in your gym does a lot to support Black History Month. It was an indeed pleasure. Today's talking with Steve Cantor down there in Fort Myers, and I'm in Tampa, Florida. So for Floridians, it was a great show this morning, Steve. We want you to get out there and support that mentoring program next week. But we'd like to thank you for tuning into the World Boxing Review radio show. My name is Aaron Snowell. They call me the Hall of Fame trainer of champions. As we travel the world for past, present, and future stars. And thank everybody for those prayers and blessings, is because prayer is not but the tool that changes things. How do I know? It changed me and it got me back up on my feet, and I'm going again. Thank you so much, and thank God Almighty for all the great things that he does for me. Thank you, Steve, for coming on the show.
Thank you, Aaron, for having me.
You're welcome.